What's wrong, Jordan? I don't think we can continue like this Windows Phone. Oh man, I think we're gonna have to break up Windows Phone. But why? You're keeping secrets from me. How can Microsoft make something as beautiful as the Arrow launcher and at the same time try and sell people the blandest looking Windows Phone software? How do they do it? I can change. But you won't change. This is goodbye, Windows Phone. Forever. And that was the last time Jordan ever used Windows Phone. And he moved on from that. He's in a better place. He's happy. He's healthy. And he's using the Arrow launcher. Hey there guys, Jordan in the Know here, and today's video is going to be a review on the Arrow launcher by Microsoft. And yup, I said it, by Microsoft, the same company that's in control of Windows Mobile that made that really bland looking Metro UI are the same people in charge of the Microsoft Arrow launcher. And I know you're saying, like, Microsoft, good lord, how can Metro UI look so meh and then you make such a gorgeous launcher like that? And I don't blame you for thinking that. But long story short, the division of Microsoft that worked on the Arrow launcher is a subdivision called Microsoft Garage. And Microsoft Garage is just a group of interns that just work on side projects for Microsoft, just in case you were wondering. They're in charge of a couple lock screens on Windows Phone. They're in charge of a couple lock screens on Android, the Z launcher. They're in charge of a lot of stuff. And in all honesty, I wouldn't be too upset if the people working on Microsoft Garage projects happen to get their hands on Windows Mobile and make Metro UI look a little better, but that's just me. The mobile division should take some design cues from these guys because this launcher is absolutely gorgeous. The spacing between apps is perfect, clean lines and text boxes keep headings in, the overall UI looking really clean, and the intelligent use of blurs in certain places can make any wallpaper just fit right in. And that said, the only design issue I came across was the Action Center lookalike, and it's easy to access, even though in my use it's almost always dropped frames and the blur is way too aggressive and saturated when it comes to the wallpaper in the background. But other than that, it looks completely fantastic. From the font to the custom icons to the redesigned app drawer, which it looks a lot like the one from CyanogenOS, I don't have a single complaint when it comes to design. And with that said, performance has been pretty good too. Well, compared to Aviate Launcher and Themer, performance has been solid. The Arrow launcher doesn't take too much RAM, and the performance on my OnePlus One with the Snapdragon 801 and 3 gigs of RAM has been awesome. It doesn't slow the phone down in the slightest and is overall a really smooth experience. I did, however, notice a slight delay when hopping in and out of the multitask carousel, slight frame drops when pulling up the, I'm just gonna say it, the Action Center, and a slight choppiness when scrolling through the widgets drawer in particular, which are completely fixable through a software update. This just got launched just the other week, so of course the people at Microsoft Garage are going to keep working on it and making it run smoother. I will say though, I've also been testing the Arrow launcher on the LG G Flex 2 with the version 1 of the Snapdragon 810 and 3 gigs of RAM, and Action Center drops frames a lot more than my OnePlus One did, and this could just be because of performance issues with the Snapdragon 810, but you should keep that in mind. And now we're going to move on to functionality. At this point, the Arrow launcher doesn't really have a ton of function. It keeps things clean and organized, and it focuses a lot more on the design and how it looks versus how it acts, but nonetheless, there's still some function that we should talk about. For starters, one of the Arrow's biggest features is organization and relevance. Arrow does a great job at keeping the things that you use center stage and keeping the extra crap in the background, and out of the 5 pages, 4 of those are filled with your most recent activity, most recent apps, most frequent contacts, and reminders. So as you can see, it focuses a lot on bringing the most relevant stuff to you. And if you pull up, the Action Center gives you the most useful apps and toggles, and I found it to be really easy to use and really helpful on on numerous occasions. And honestly, I think that this is a great layout for the productivity person in you. Adding a reminder is seriously the easiest that I've ever seen it be implemented. You just tap, type, and hit enter, and that's it. And since it's right on the home screen, it's pretty difficult to ignore. You're just swiping through your home screen. The reminders are constantly in your face, which is a great thing if you need to be reminded of something. And furthermore, the most frequent apps are, I know it's just so simple and so basic, but it's a really awesome feature. I almost never have to dive into my app drawer. And the Action Center, it's quite useful despite what some Android fanboys may say. This is a really great addition to an Android launcher, and they even added an entire page dedicated to the kind of widgets that you decide, much like the shelf function on the OnePlus 2, so naturally I just filled it up with all the widgets that were most important to me. And everything's pretty much here. It's a solid competitor to things like AV8 and Themer, and it performs really well, and I fully expect it to get software support in the future. So that's gonna be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think about the Aero launcher. Honestly, I would probably use the Aero launcher on the daily. If it came to that. If I had a phone that didn't have a unlockable bootloader, like the G Flex 2, by the way, I hate LG's UI, so it's so wonderful for me to just be able to put the Aero launcher on there, and it looks really good and it performs really well. I really have no complaints about it except for that lag when you pull up the app drawer, but whatever. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been Jordan in the Know, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.